Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me, Goose. So this is a very impromptu video that I wanted to make about Telltale and the recent news that they are shutting down. And if you're wondering what the fuck happened, well, a multitude of things really happened, and none of it really official. But there was a statement made by the co-founder of Telltale, Kevin Bruner, that basically the doors are shutting down. And I know, by the way, I better tell you, I'm not having a script right now just because I feel like most of this is very personal. Rather, most of this is passionate, so I want my passionate feelings to be, portrayed through words and just get it all out there. This is the whole thing. Telltale shutting down. They're done. They're not making The Walking Dead final season. Yeah, that sucks for anybody who's still a fan of The Walking Dead, but that shit sucks in season 2. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Wolf Among Us season 2 is canceled as well. I believe they were working on a Stranger Things Telltale game, and that's canceled also. Basically, everything that they've had planned, whatever it was, whatever they had secretive, and whatever they had announced, basically it's all over except for a final skeleton crew that still remain. There's 25 people left, and they're making the final season of Minecraft, I believe. And that'll be the end of them. So yes, while right now they are currently shutting down, they're not totally dead yet. But once they're done with Minecraft, it's over. This is not a Final Fantasy story where let's make one final story and call it Final Fantasy and maybe we won't go bankrupt. And no, they're pretty much done. And there is a multitude of errors with Telltale, and I made a video about this previously. If you want to check that out, go ahead and check that out in the description down below, or maybe up there in the corner, wherever I put it. I made 2 separate videos about Telltale, and essentially talking about 2 different things, and one of those things being how they tell stories and how flawed it is. How they've grown lazier, and with the production of their new games and how they need to pump out new games like seemingly every single month, it really hampered their writing skills and their writing abilities. And I stated in a different video that whatever they plan to make will always seemingly fail if it is from a different media, not of their own creation. So anything they can work freely on, so for example maybe The Walking Dead, yes, that is an existing IP, but they had free will to make whatever characters they wanted, whatever story arc they wanted to make, so long as it was bases around the universe of The Walking Dead. They were pretty much game. And with that came the success of season 1, and then season 2 came around. That wasn't that great, but going on with that trend of if they have freedom to do whatever they want, they're not constricted by a certain set of rules, then they should succeed. We have The Wolf Among Us. Again, it's loosely based on a comic book, but they were pretty much set to go with whatever route they wanted to go, and same with Borderlands. Borderlands, an astounding game they made. Very, very good writing, based on a universe that they didn't own, but they were free to do whatever they want. Whenever they were free to do whatever they like to do, they basically made a game that seemed so passionate and so full of heart. Yet when they were stuck doing the same old, or they just didn't care about the material, it seemed, they just didn't care, and it showed with Minecraft and Game of Thrones. I'm sure some of them are Game of Thrones fans, but they were so constricted with some of the things, and with more and more games just backlogging constantly. And because Telltale has an engine that makes it very easy to just make games and make whatever poses and not really model anything special, they just pumped it out like a fucking well-oiled machine, and that old machine just got rustier and rustier per project that they worked on, and it showed with the writing and the technical issues. And here we are today with the closure of the Telltale Studios, which is a shame because I really wanted to just, I wish I could be a writer for them, but I guess I don't wish I were a writer for them. I hope you guys, whoever you are, working for Telltale or you had previously worked for Telltale, I really hope you have success in finding a new job and finding a new employee that really gives you freedom to do what you want. Like, their group of writers are probably some of the best in the industry, but they were not free to express what they wanted to express. Like, I'm sure with Guardians of the Galaxy, they were pretty much stuck with a certain set of rules. Don't make Gamora say this. Make sure the raccoon motherfucker says that. All that stuff. And it's sad to see that this little fledgling company that basically saw no success within its first year or two existing suddenly boomed with the existence of the Walking Dead Telltale game. And that was just it. That was both their birth and their demise, because afterwards they didn't know how to stop, and somebody had to cripple them. And I think in the end, they crippled themselves by basically shooting themselves in the foot. Anytime they were like, hey, we can do that IP. It's nerdy, right? Batman. Pff, there you go. Hey, Guardians of the Galaxy. Pff, there you go. Why don't we try Stranger? Pff. That was the end of that chapter. Good God. I wish there was something to be learned with Telltale. And until further details are released onto exactly what it is that caused their demise, and, you know, even though we don't have an official announcement, there is an official blog post made by the CEO, but I feel like that's more of a send-off than it is an actual, hey, this is how we fucked up kind of note blog, you know. But until we can actually get word on it, I feel like there's so many steps we can look at with Telltale. Every step they made was some sort of error, and I feel like we can learn from that. But it's a shame that Telltale had to stop like this. It could have been so much more. And with the promises that Telltale had, a new engine in the works, and a new story that they wanted to work on, like an original story that nobody's ever heard of, there could have been so much more to this little company that didn't know how to blossom. But unfortunately, they ended up just stopping, and nobody knew why until it was too late. Oh, maybe there was a few signs. Last year, they did chew off a lot of their employees. 90 people left last year, but, I guess there were some telltale signs. Seriously, though, if you guys were fired and you worked for Telltale, you have my complete condolences. Like, I really hope you guys find work soon. You guys are talented, you know. I'm sure the things you had to work with in Telltale was just mind-blowingly infuriating, and I hope that the new jobs you were given is much easier, much smoother, and you don't have to deal with that kind of workload anymore. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. I just wanted to talk about this because I love Telltale. I did love Telltale anyways. It was a very love-hate relationship, and I didn't want to see them end up like this, but unfortunately, that's just how it goes. Anyways, guys, thank you all so very much for watching. Thanks everyone for joining in. Love you guys so very much. Goodbye.